All right, guys, welcome back. This is how to build a European videography company in 2026. Why European? Because for me and what I've noticed is the European market, especially when it comes to marketing and videography, is about 2 to 3 years behind the US and a year or two behind the UK. So all the tactics, all the marketing strategies, all the ways that people are scaling quite quickly video companies over in the US, it's coming over to Europe. It's just taking time. And the people that are kind of doing this sooner rather than later are really going to profit off this. But this is what I would do if I was in a European city or a European town as a videographer and I wanted to scale. So first and foremost, like, why are you stuck, right? Like, why aren't you scaling? Because you're chasing referrals, you're relying on a good edit, you're posting random content and praying someone DMs you, all of which is just a lottery. It's a luck game. You know, that's not running a business, that's running a content hobby. And the game has changed, right? It's not about how good your videos are, it's about who sees them and what they do next, okay? Like what their video entices them to do, what your video entices people to do. So this is what I would do. This is the exact system that I would use. Local ad funnel, what it is and why it works. Simple breakdown is that you run a profile visit ad targeting local service-based businesses in your area. So gyms, clinics, tradies, carpenters, builders, like service-based businesses who typically charge higher ticket. They follow you, they see your content that you're posting, DM you or respond to stories, etc., etc. Why this works better than anything else. You're creating perceived authority. They think they found you, which they did, but your ad's basically finding them. It's warm, inbound traffic, not cold DMs or begging. Not cold DMs or begging, guys. Say that loudly for people in the back. Ads, consistent visibility instead of random spikes from organic. I've done organic marketing for like nearly 10 years and it sucks. But if you combine it with ads, it's amazing because you don't have to worry about the organic content doing the traffic anymore. It just does the nurture, okay? So, why this is still wide open. Here's the big unlock, right, guys? Service-based businesses have never been pitched this before, especially in Europe. They've never had a videographer say, hey, I'll run an ad that gets you your profile followed by 1,000 locals, and then I'll make the content to convert them into customers. That combo of ads and video or ads and content is a real marketing system, not just a pretty reel. Stop selling reels. Stop selling like all that shit, dude. It doesn't do anything, okay? You need to sell a system. If you're the first person to offer this in your city, you don't compete, you own the category. You own the category. You're a market of one. Like no one can compare you to other videographers or compare your pricing to other videographers because you offer different things. Like you have two versions of me, one who offers pretty reels and one who does the ads and the reels. I'm going to win every time because I can actually get results. Whereas the Ben who just offers reels, he's going to be competing against every other videographer in his town. Which is why you all worry about who the most talented videographer is or who has the best camera because you think they get the most work. No, it's not about that. It's about the result. The only thing clients give a shit about is the result. It's not about outworking other videographers. It's about out-positioning them. Okay? You need to out-position them. You need to put yourself on a pedestal about why your service is better and then show proof about why it's better. Chapter 4, what you actually need to start. You don't need a huge ad budget or a fancy agency setup, but this is what you need. You need 4 things, okay? A 30 to 45 second Instagram reel ad that speaks to business owners' pain, clean bio, a converting bio, who you help, how, and a clear CTA, like a CTA's call to action, like DM me ready, DM me video to get started. Pin posts, one is authority, one is transformation, and one is results. So authority would be like how long you've been in the video game. Another one would be like when you've brought a client on board and this has been the before and after. And results would be like a testimonial. And then a few stories per week to stay visible and build trust. The most slept on thing on Instagram, especially when you start using it as a marketing tool and not a fucking portfolio like most of you, is stories is just going to constantly build authority. And it's always going to be top of mind. Whenever you put a story on your Instagram, it goes straight to the top left of the app. Okay, so people are going to see it. And the more they see your face, the more they see you speaking to camera, the more they're going to trust you. So, and budget-wise, you can start with as little as €5 a day. That's all I did. I mean, I think when I first started it, I was working like £2 a day, having no idea what I was doing. I've since massively increased that, but start at €5-10 a day. And every time you make a sale for Instagram, increase the ad spend. And then eventually you're going to be like 50 to €100 a day and absolutely dominating your town. Everyone is going to know who you are. Chapter 5. So like the first 30 days, step by step, this is what I would do. Week 1, launch the ad and get your IG set up properly. Week 2, start engaging with all the followers and start conversing the DMs with every new follower that you get to find out more about them, and just go through a very light discovery or sales process to find out how you can help them. Week 3, close a client for a Trojan horse offer, which is an easy yes. So instead of saying like, oh, here's a 5K retainer, I can help you go from X, Y to Z. They're like, oh, that's a lot of money. Don't know if we fully trust you yet, blah, 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 blah. To say, hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we run the ad funnel for you? Why don't we run ads for you? Why don't we do content for you for a month at this discounted rate? And then we can talk about having a longer term partnership after that. Sound good? Yeah, okay, let's give that a go. Then what you do is you knock them dead with value and make you really, really, really impress them in that first month. So you blow them away, then upsell to monthly marketing retainer, rinse and repeat with all the new followers that you're getting. That's all you have to do. Like, I know I'm making it sound easy. That's because it is easy. Simple scales, fancy fails. Chapter 6, how it becomes a scalable business. Once you prove this works in your city or town, you can repeat it in any other city, offer the same system to your clients, you film and manage their funnel, and then you can build a team of shooters and editors to manage it for you. So you're not just being a videographer, you become the local marketing partner. And guys, like, when it comes to editors, there's people over in Asia that I can connect you with that are so cheap, but so good at what they do. They are insane editors. I've been in the game for nearly 10 years. I have never met editors like it who can do the level they can do, especially when it comes to social content. They are just absolute weapons. And you can outsource it for a fraction of the price that your clients are paying you. So it's just such easy profit. And when it comes to shooters, you can hire your buddies. If you're the sort of person who's always wanted an agency, who's always wanted to give back and help other videographers in your local town, now you can. So guys, final message is, I'll just clear this up really quick. If you can master an ad funnel, especially in Europe, for yourself and then install it for your clients, you'll never have to worry about leads or inconsistent income ever again. That's my promise to you. If you just master this really simple Instagram follower ad funnel, you'll never have to worry about leads. You'll never have to worry about money. Can you imagine how good that would feel? Can you imagine what that would feel like to think every day you wake up and you have like 5 to 30 new leads in your inbox, wanting to have conversations with you, wanting your help? Like, every day you have that. Can you imagine how you'd go from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, and how you'd start to live your life differently? Because all of a sudden you can walk into a sales meeting and there's no pressure to land the client. There's no pressure to go cheap and land the client, because if they say no, it doesn't matter, because you have another client meeting straight after with another person. Like, there's just so many leads coming in. Like, you don't sell video. You have to sell growth. You have to help people. The days of just selling pretty videos, that's like childhood, okay? If you want to grow a business, you need to level up into adulthood. You need to actually offer something of value, not just videography. This is how you turn videography into a real business in 2026. This is what I've been coaching my guys to do in 2025. This is what I did from 2020 to 2024. If you're not doing this, you're going to be left behind. In 2017, you could own a Canon or a camera and you would just get work, right? In 2025, that's not the case. However, if in 2025 you own a camera and you know how to get results, the work is just going to fall in your lap, because no other videographers are willing to learn it, because all they want to do is get better at color grading and follow Peter McKinnon on YouTube. All right, guys, great talk, and I'll see you in the next one.